everyone, this is Kevin Richards here from Rock to Stage NYC on YouTube and rpmvocalstudio.com on the web for voice lessons worldwide, coming at you. Check out the links below there. You get both my vocal courses, Breaking the Chains and Vocal Fire, just for $50. That's half off the normal price if you were to go to thevoxshop.com and buy it there. You would pay double the price, but since you're a cool person and you're watching this video, whether you're a subscriber or you happen to look on the thumbnail and go, oh, let me check that out. Just for being that cool, you get both of them for half off. There's also links below if you want to take lessons with me here in New York City in the studio here, or via Skype anywhere on the planet. Also links in there for playlists and stuff like that. Share this video, comment, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Let's get to the lesson today, which is about dynamics. And what do I mean by that? Dynamics, the intensity, the volume, the thickness of your notes, of your voice. The dynamics, how loud, how soft, how intense, how light and airy your voice sounds. You want to be able to practice all of these things. And you can do this all within the context of one exercise, whichever exercise you choose. I'm going to choose a standard three-note triad here, chord. So it's simple. And what you do here is, and I have other videos where I talk about how I sort of picture density to students. So we'll think of like really big, thick sounds like, oh, is this, right? Really nice, thick vocal cords, 3 thick density. And then your normal sort of singing is this. Then singing lightly is because what's happening here, as we increase air pressure through the vocal cords, physics takes over. And the vocal cords are drawn together through the Bernoulli effect. They are drawn together with more thickness, like this. So I'm saying, and you get more vocal cord pressing against itself when the vocal cords oscillate or undulate against themselves. They are drawn together with more force, and you get a little bit more rubber on the road, so to speak. So I picture this, or I use this metaphor of, this is light singing, normal singing, and really nice, thick, big, belting kind of thing. Just picture, bicycle tire, motorcycle tire, car tire. And if you want to be really huge, truck tire. But depending on how loud, but you can actually want to practice this. So what we do here, without further ado, we'll take a simple triad. We'll go through it 3 times. And we will start small and get bigger each time we go through the loop. So when you get to the 3rd one, you've got this big sound like this. So here's the demonstrate like this. That's as simple as it is. Now, I say simple. It can be tricky. Let me dampen here. Now, when you practice this, vary. Don't always do small, medium, big. Do big, small, medium. Switch them around like this. Play around with it. Now, I hate to use the word secret, but trick to this is to not try to do anything here. Nothing here. You are varying your density simply through how much more compression you use from the core musculature down here. How much more diaphragmatic compression can your breath compression vary the amount of pressure you're sending through the vocal cords to vary your volume or density or thickness in sound. Now, it doesn't have to be loud to sound intense. I'll give you an example of this. If I do a very typical opera sound, ah, that's really loud. I don't need to sing that loud. I don't have a 40-piece orchestra behind me. But I can get that sound without having to be that loud. Now you hear sometimes people talk about sort of holding the sound back to get a nice thick sound. That's essentially what you do. Now you don't want to try to physically hold it back. Just think in your mind, visualizing you're pushing the song out, pushing the sound out, but you're holding it back at the same time. I know that sounds like a weird sort of esoteric, very, nondescript way, but this is essentially all you have to do is this is the zen of it. Just think of this in your head. Okay, as I sing out, I'm going to hold it back. And I sometimes think of this as a shouting without really shouting. Here's an example. Let's say if you yelled at somebody earlier in the day. Now you're telling somebody else later in the day about how you yelled at this other person, right? And you're retelling the story. You're not really going to, when you get to the part where you yelled, you're not going to yell it again how you yelled at the person. You're going to kind of do a kind of imitation of how you yelled. You're going to, yeah, man, I said to the guy, what the hell is wrong with you? Right there, you just did the push the sound out, but hold it back at the same time. So this is something you're probably already familiar with. So let's do that like this. Ah! There's your yell. Now you're retelling the story. Ah! 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 The more I let go of it, the bigger it'll get. But I can make this intense sound at a lower volume. Ah! Ronnie James Dio was a master at this, to make his voice sound huge, but not at a very large volume. He was not a very loud voice, but he could make his sound really dense, really thick at low volumes. And this is kind of what we want to go for, because we don't want to be blasting into a microphone, overloading it, distorting it, creating feedback live on stage. We want to get a big sound at a normal volume. So, kiss the sun, hun. Ha, 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 ha. So when you're doing the low, medium, and big voices, don't belt yell. So, that's what you're going for. This is the kind of dynamic control you want to have in your voice. So when you sing songs, you have pretty much 3 various options. You have the way you can sing those notes. You don't have to always sing them one way. You want to have dynamic control over and vary the amount. So play around with these. All from here. Till next time, this is Ken Richards. Keep rocking, keep practicing. See ya.